Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 800, and today's topic is the sources and health benefits of vitamin K. This vitamin K is fat soluble vitamin, and this is not well known, but it is very important vitamin, and this vitamin is responsible of producing proteins which are capable of blood clotting. So if there is deficiency of vitamin K in our blood will not be clotted, and once there is any injury, it will be very difficult to stop. That's why it plays very important role to work as a enzyme and also to produce such type of proteins which are responsible of clotting of the blood. Secondly, vitamin K is very much important for the metabolism of the bones. Our bone metabolism is also taken care by the action of vitamin K, and this vitamin K is also responsible of regulating the calcium in our body. And some latest research publications, they are indicating that vitamin K also plays very important role to maintain good memory in senior citizens. So it shows that because of its blood clotting property, maybe it is maintaining the normal flow of blood in our brain, and it is carrying the oxygen throughout the body. That plays important role for such type of action. And this vitamin K is actually K1, K2, K3, but mainly it is K2, which is quinone nucleus, and that is here the structure is given vitamin K, that is called menaquinone. So this quinone nucleus is there, and along with that there is long side chain with methyl group, and this one is called vitamin K, and also we may call it vitamin K2, and that is your menaquinone, and this menaquinone is actually called vitamin K, which is responsible of producing the protein, and also it works as an enzyme as well as coenzyme. And I have already told you that all these vitamins, they are fundamentally acting as a coenzyme, or sometimes they act as an enzyme. So this one is fat soluble and very important vitamin for our bone metabolism, for calcium to carry and regulate in the body, and also for blood clotting. The molecular formula is C46 H64 O2. Number 1, vitamin K helps to make various proteins that are needed for blood clotting. That is the main role of this vitamin K, because it is responsible of making or synthesizing various type of proteins, and those proteins, they play very important role in blood clotting and also building up the bones. And this protein is prothrombin, is a vitamin K dependent protein and directly involved with blood clotting. So this prothrombin is actually vitamin K dependent protein, which is mainly responsible for blood clotting, and that is blood clotting is only possible by this protein when there is vitamin K, that is your menaquinone. Is vitamin K dependent protein directly involved in the blood clotting. Number 2, it is fat soluble group of vitamin that play a role in blood clotting, bone metabolism, and regulating the blood calcium levels. And the human body needs vitamin K to produce prothrombin. If we don't have vitamin K, because this prothrombin vitamin, it is vitamin K dependent. So if there is deficiency of vitamin K in our body, in our blood, it means there will be deficiency of prothrombin protein, and that prothrombin protein is responsible of blood clotting as well as bone metabolism. So thrombin, a protein that is important in blood clotting and bone metabolism. Number 3, vitamin K are found in fermented food, animal-based foods, leafy green vegetables, vegetable oils, and in some fruits. Vitamin K2 is found in meat, eggs, and dairy products. Vitamin K2 or menaquinone. Actually, vitamin K2 is main, and it is called menaquinone. Along with that, there are some other vitamin K grouping is there, that is called K1, K2, K3, like that. Quinone is one of the 3 type of vitamin K, and the other 2 being K1 and K3. K2 is usually found in fermented products like curd, nono, and all these dairy products. They are rich in that, and also in vegetable oil like groundnut oil, that is commonly called peanut oil, sunflower oil, and olive oil. 1 teaspoon of olive oil contains 25 mcg, millimicrogram of vitamin K. So if you are taking 3 teaspoons, it will cover your daily recommended allowance, means that is for children it is 90 mcg, that is those who are below 18, and those who are above 18 age group, adult, they require 120 mcg per day. Is found in meat, eggs, and in dairy products. Vitamin K2 or menaquinone is one of the 3 types of vitamin K. The other 2 are K1 and K3. K2 is usually found in fermented products. And number 4, recent research publications. I have gone through all these publications recently. They have given some new findings, some new studies about the role of vitamin K in our body. Support that vitamin K maintain the strong bone and decrease the risk of bone fracture. So that is also, once you are getting easily bone fracture, it means bone density is low and the calcium percentage is not uniform, and it is because of the deficiency of vitamin K. And also vitamin K has been linked to the improved memory in senior citizens. Number 5, vitamin K may help keep blood pressure lower. Also, the latest publications indicate that vitamin K also maintains your blood pressure. If you have the tendency of high blood pressure, it will bring down, and by preventing mineralization, that is very important factor. With age, lot of mineral depositions are there in our arteries, that is called mineralization. And this mineralization, when minerals build up in arteries, help the heart pump blood freely through body. Mineralization naturally occurs with age and is major risk factor for the heart disease. So if the mineralization that is more means it is disturbing element, and during old age, in senior citizen, the deposition of mineral, that is called mineralization, is more, and that is the risk factor for heart problem, heart disease, and even stroke. Occurs with age and is major risk factor for heart disease. Adequate intake of vitamin K has also been shown to lower the risk of stroke. So once you are taking adequate vitamin K as a food, means this vitamin K, I have already told you, is fermented this is your a dairy product, fermented one, that is dahi, nono, kindermo, plus egg, plus meat and green vegetable and also vegetable oil. They are the rich source of vitamin K. So if in your diet regularly you are taking this food which is rich in these fruit, vegetable and meat, there will not be deficiency of vitamin K. But if there is deficiency of vitamin K and you are not having enough intake, there is chance of stroke. And your RDA, means recommended daily allowance, I have already told you, is 90 mcg, millimicrogram, is for children, and 120 millimicrogram mcg per day for adult. So with this I will stop, and with this your chapter of vitamins is over. And now next I am going to take the sulfur drug, because I have already taken the antibiotics, and antibiotic is also one group of antibacterial drug, and the other group of those chemicals which are known as sulfur group of drugs, they are also playing very important role. So now I will be taking sulfur group of drugs. So with this, thank you very much for watching the lecture.